bro. Why? I'm just having a good day when I'm literally get forced into work. And now somebody wants me to make the Maverick for the 1 millionth time. Explain.
No, I do not want you to make the Nerf Maverick for the 1 millionth time. I want you to make it for the 1 millionth time.
What are we gonna do now? Add a couple more shots to it? Maybe add some attachments? Or I don't know. I wanna make it bad.
I know how to make it bad. Let's go ahead and take one shot away from it, and also make a stock that is wibbly wobbly as Wilson could be.
That actually sounds like a great idea. What else do you want to do to make it god-awful?
Well, let's make the grip and top prime as small as baby hands. That'll be even better. Much better.
Alright, that sounds pretty cool. That's gonna annoy people a lot.
Do it in 5 seconds or you're fired. 5, 4, 3, 2. We're gonna hurry up. Well, supervisor, here it is. It's what you wanted. One less shot. But the attachments are still not finished.
Well, what are you doing, you dumb metal face? Get the attachments ready.
Alrighty, here's the stock. This is the most wibbliest, wobbliest stock in the world. I decided to make a bell attachment too. It's basically a suppressor.
That's cool and all, I guess, but there's one problem with this. Why did you make this good? Why?
This is garbage. Absolutely, utter garbage.
Okay, fine, I guess. We can just sell it with the product. Now let's get to releasing! Now hold on just a dilly-dally second, Hasbro. Why you
No, nobody gives a crap about consumers. I'm gonna get this blaster released.
Out of all the revolver blasters I've reviewed, this is definitely going to be the most interesting one and the funnest one because it's got tactics. Don't believe me? So the Spectre Ref 5. I got some stuff to say about this. So let's just get to the ergonomics. So this grip, it's very small, but it's actually very comfortable. You have nice solid plastic that's in the back of here that your back of the hand can just rest onto, and then you have these ridges that ain't really uncomfortable, and it's actually better than the darts and Villainator, for example, but you're basically just going to be holding onto the grip like this, and then your pinky finger will be holding onto the bottom nice and tight like that. And then the trigger is very nice and comfortable. This trigger has a metal spring, unlike something like the trigger on this blaster is terrible. I love this blaster, but the trigger is the main problem about it because it does return, but you can tell it has a plastic spring that is not really going to hold on for much longer, and when I prime it, it takes quite a bit of force to pull the trigger down. Might not be that bad on camera, but if you get your hands on one of these and it has that problem, yeah, you'll see what I'm talking about. This blaster, no, does not have any of these problems whatsoever because it is so smooth. Like, I'm just pulling it a little bit. That's how good metal springs are. I'm even gonna try to spam the trigger. Take notes, Hasbro.
Hasbro?
Up top, you have a top prime. The top prime is very small, but it is comfortable. I can actually fit my entire hand on the top prime, and it's actually a very smooth top prime up until you get to the back, because on the back, the cylinder is gonna rotate, unlike something like the Strong Armor Disruptor, which the blaster fires and then it rotates immediately right after it fires. But I'm glad it primes and rotates on the back, because that means for a much cleaner trigger pull when you fire. And also because of that, Now this blaster does not have slam fire for any dingus who is asking. This button, just like the strong arm, pops out the cylinder, and the cylinder holds 5 rounds. The button feels very nice to press in, and it's also got some nice texturing on the bottom of it too. On the back you have a N-Strike stock attachment point that comes with a stock, and the stock is nice and long, but it's not really all that comfortable because it's just solid plastic. This blaster does not have any iron sights, so it's going to be a little bit tricky to aim with. If you pull the stock out, it folds. And you can also do that, which is super fun. It is a little bit wobbly though. That can be a bit of a problem. If you brace up too hard on the stock like this, and if you're priming it, yeah, it's not really that good. But if you don't really put a whole lot of pressure into the stock, it's honestly not that bad, and you can stabilize your shots pretty well, even if you're priming it. Just don't brace up on the stock too much. If you push this stock out like this, you can do this. The stock can fold. And now going over the design, this blaster screams elite because the grip looks nice. You have the N-Strike logo and you have some white outlines of the grip, which is also very cool. And this N-Strike logo also feels like it's its own texturing. You also have a lot of nice elite striping, which the elite blasters back in the day used to have. The top prime even feels nice. You have some kind of triangle patterns up here, and then you have some nice white line texturing, and you also have these pieces, which kind of help you not slip off your grip. If your hands are sweaty, you might have problems with that. It's a Spectre Rev 5 here. Over here says Spectre Rev 5. And you also have some nice looking detail on the cylinder. You have very noticeable orange texturing on the cylinder, which also feels nice. And then you have these kind of circle thingies that are on the back of the cylinder. The cylinder feels nice and feels smooth, but the rotation doesn't feel like nearly as good as something like a strong arm or disruptor. A very interesting thing here is you kind of got this. This kind of looks like a jam door to a flywheel blaster, but it's just for decoration. You also got some very cool noticeable lines and dots up here on the front. And you also got some dots here on gray pieces here. You also got these, which kind of reminds me of some of the Wave 1 Elite 2.0 blasters when they have some of those circles. The detail on this thing just looks marvelous. You also got this tiny orange piece. I don't know what this is for. Stock also looks nice. You got some blue with white stripe on the back. You got gray and black outlining all over here. And then you have a barrel attachment. What came with the barrel attachment? Also up in the front, looks pretty good. You got some gray circling. And you also got the bottom, which technically is kind of a foregrip, but you're going to be holding on to the top prime mostly. A suppressor. This is by far one of the coolest Nerf suppressors that they made, because not only it just looks awesome. By the way, this, I tried to take a Goodwill tag off of here because I got this whole thing thrifted with the attachments, but this does not apply barrel drag like the other barrel attachments do, because the diameter of the barrel is a lot wider, so if a dart hits the side, it's still going to go the same velocities. So it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. It makes it look cool while also not affecting barrel drag. How you like my new scope? Yeah, baby. Focus is a little off, but hey, pretty cool. Now to the plastic quality. So this, there's a little bit of creaking, but it's honestly not that bad. The stock, no creaking whatsoever, it's just fine. And the barrel, of course no creaking. There's no ever barrel attachment has creaking on a blaster, so unless if you have them on there. has plastic quality. The operation of this blaster is very simple. Press this button, pop out the cylinder, load in your 5 rounds. Do that, fire away. And now, it's time for some pew-pewing. We're out at the range with our Nerf Elite Spectre. Let's see how this goes. Alright, that was 5 flat and now 5 angle. And now for 5 angled shots. It's about standard elite performance, a little bit better when angled shots, so, you know, it's not really about harder than that, but that's pretty good for a stock elite blaster back in the day. Alrighty everybody, so we have the Nerf Elite Spectre, and we're going to be doing 5 shots, and then we're going to be doing another 5 shots. We're going to be seeing if every 10 shots we can hit the whole cup stack, so let's do this. First hit, baby, let's go. Hit number 2. What the heck? There we go, 4 hits. By the way, I am using Busby long distance darts because my waffle darts are super worn out. The accuracy game, like very far range, and I could not hit my targets. It was not the aim. It was cause these darts suck. They suck bad. So when I go to Walmart, I'm gonna get a 200 pack of waffles because these darts, don't buy them. These darts suck. They are garbage. GG. Got 4 out of 5 hits. Alright, we got another 5 loaded up. Let's see if we can do it from a little bit further range now. Yeah, these darts are duty booty. That's 1. There we go. 2 hits, so 2 out of 5. No wonder why people hate those darts. And now for the best part. So we're gonna do one more round, but we're at a really far range because I want to show you how really bad these things are and why you should not buy them at all. Couple more. My favorite part. I accidentally almost knocked it there. That is so much fun. Bump it, twist it, pull it, flip it, bam, bam, boom. About to flip it off like a champ. There we go. What do I think of the Spectre Rev 5? Well, even though it has less capacity, has a small top prime, has a small grip, and has a pretty wobbly stock, you expect me to absolutely jump on this thing, right? Wrong, because this thing has a lot of tactical potential because the folding stock is kinda usable for me, and the folding is just super nice and tactical. The suppressor also looks really nice. And you can also do this. And that is also super fun. So I think for the people who just want a super fun tactical revolver with some very cool play attachments, which has this and has this, does not apply barrel drag and looks awesome, yeah, I'd recommend you pick up the Spectre Rev 5 because it's super fun and the performance is not even that lacking either. Sure, it's just a nice standard 70 FPS, but you can mod this thing to make it shoot harder. But honestly, there are blasters that are more practical than this. Strong on Disruptor, Cyclone Shock, and Blitzfire. You're probably just gonna have a better time with those if you don't want something as gimmicky as this. But I'm a big fan of the Spectre, so let me know in the comment section below what you think of the Spectre. So subscribe if you're new, like if you enjoyed, and then I will see all of you guys in the next one. Link will also be put in the description.